Good morning, everyone. This is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, bringing you the morning comment for the 3rd of August. Today, it's Super Thursday in the UK. Besides the Bank of England rate decision and the meeting minutes, we also get the quarterly inflation report, which Governor Carney will present at the press conference after the meeting. The consensus is for the bank to keep its policy unchanged via a 6-2 vote. Given that the votes are the first piece of information we get, we expect the initial reaction in the pound to depend primarily on that and subsequently on what signals policymakers send regarding the likelihood of a rate hike this year. At its latest meeting, the Bank of England appeared quite hawkish, signaling reduced tolerance for above-target inflation. CPI was 2.9% year-over-year at the time. A few days later, Governor Carney and Chief Economist Haldane both hinted that a rate hike may be in the works at one of the upcoming meetings. Nevertheless, soon thereafter, data showed that inflation slowed notably to 2.6% year-over-year, pouring cold water on speculation for an immediate rate increase. What's more, although the labor market continued to tighten, both wages and GDP growth remain lackluster, enhancing the case for no action by the Bank of England this year. Currently, market pricing suggests roughly a 45% probability for a hike by year-end, which we think is reasonable given the data. The key question for pound traders now is will that probability rise or fall in the aftermath of this Super Thursday? On balance, we think it's more likely to fall. The slowdown in inflation combined with uninspiring growth suggests that the Bank of England could signal less urgency than previously for a near-term hike. In addition, given the softness in Q2 GDP, there is a prospect for the bank to revise down its growth forecasts. Bearing this in mind, we believe that the reaction in sterling today could be negative. The key risk to our view is that despite economic developments suggesting a relatively low likelihood for a hike in the near term, the Bank of England may want to keep speculation on that front alive in order to support the pound and thereby curb inflation. In this case, Carney could say that the Monetary Policy Committee discussed the prospect of a hike but decided against it for now. Such signals or a potentially closer than expected vote could cause the pound to strengthen. Euro sterling has been trading in a consolidative manner during the last couple of weeks between the support of 0.8890 and the resistance of 0.90. Nevertheless, the overall path of the pair remains positive, as marked by the uptrend line taken from the lows of November 2015. As such, we expect the bulls to drive the battle above the psychological barrier of 0.90 in the not-too-distant future and initially aim for our next resistance of 0.9050. The trigger for such a rally could be a dovish Bank of England today. Even if the bank appears hawkish and the pair tumbles, we would treat such a retreat as a corrective phase. Now, moving to cable, the pair has been in an uptrend mode since the 21st of June. Currently, the pair oscillates between the support of 131.90 and the resistance of 132.50. A dovish Bank of England today could cause the pair to tumble, but given that we expect the greenback to continue performing worse than the pound in the foreseeable future, we expect the bulls to take advantage of a potential retreat and aim for another test near 132.50. Now, in case the bank remains hawkish, the pair could break above 132.50 without correcting lower. Such a break is possible to pave the way for our next resistance of 133.50. Now, as for today's economic data, we get the UK services PMI for July, and expectations are for an uptick. Even though something like that could support the pound a bit, the currency's intraday direction is likely to be decided by the Bank of England a couple of hours later. We also get Eurozone's final market services PMI for July and the bloc's retail sales for June. In the US, the ISM non-manufacturing PMI for July will be in focus. The forecast is for the index to have declined slightly, which may bring the dollar under renewed selling interest. For more information, please read the full comment on IronFX.com or download our app and get all the information you need to trade. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google Plus to get more trading ideas. This is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, wishing you solid trading.